I don't need you to judge me today, brother.
Sucker, sucker.
We supposed to be brothers.
I cannot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Breaks Radio. I am one of your hosts, CEO Hayes, and we have the full team tonight. We missed Mary last week, so the first lady of The Breaks is back. What's going on, Miss Almonte?
Guess who's Bizak? Hi.
Hi,
I'm here.
guys. We missed
Shut
you.
up.
We missed you. Anytime you're not here, we feel it.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all probably be talking mad shit.
No, we just get sidetracked on a bunch of tangents. This is what happens.
Well, I'm back to keep y'all in line.
Well, there you go. We need you. We need you. That's Miss Almonte. We also got the great one himself. Bailey's in the building.
Yay, yay.
Okay.
If your favorite Kool-Aid is not a color, then you not drinking it right.
I love you crazy motherfuckers. That's all I can say. We also got the hip hop historian, the rare wine connoisseur, Marquis in the building.
Salute.
I wish we had positive news to start off. Well, it is positive in a way, but it sucks that we're still talking about this shit. But justice has finally been served. R.Kelly was found guilty on every count he was facing in sex trafficking and racketeering and all different types of shit. How do you guys feel about where we ended up with the R. Kelly case and that the verdict finally seems like a long time coming, but that we're finally here? What do you think, Mary?
Yeah. I mean, I think you just said it, right? Like, this feels long overdue.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I just feel like he needs to go under the jail with all the crazy shit he was doing. I mean,
yeah,
for
sure.
real. Like, I'm like without words. Like, it's still very unbelievable to me how many people stood by silently knowing what kind of a freak son of a bitch that he really was.
I mean,
So,
and it's even more concerning that the people who helped cover it up over the years, all that, and then like seeing people come out and still like support semi of R. Kelly like on social media is fucking disgusting. All those motherfuckers. I'm at the point now where if I see any type of R. Kelly support on my timeline, you got to get blocked, and I honestly feel like you should go to jail with the motherfucker. That's where I'm at with the bullshit.
yeah.
What about you, Baylor?
I heard they played happy people after they said guilty.
I cannot.
I know some people that know some people. So yeah, it was a celebration. He's a nasty Nate. He deserves to go there and go to Pound Town with his with the compadres there. and I hope they make him sing all his goddamn songs in there.
He won't be singing "You Saved Me."
He may be singing that to Bubba, who becomes Bubba's bottom bitch. So
Somebody had said that there was a meme that was like, if you know how to fly, if you believe you can fly, R. Kelly, now would be a good time to try.
Oh man, fuck that motherfucker. I'm happy that shit. I'm a fucking father. Fuck him. I'm glad he's in fucking jail. So no sympathy here from me.
Yeah, me neither.
Nothing to add, Marquis? You ready to get over this shit? Let's move on. Let's move on. So as we know, Casanova was arrested. I think it was over a year ago at this point, as part of a RICO case. It seems like everyone else is slowly starting to take deals. I put the details of the most recent deal from one of the co-defendants in that case. My question to you guys is, how long do you think before Casanova also cops a plea deal?
Man, how many people?
I don't know. I know at this point, I think it's up to 3 who have copped a plea deal.
Oh yeah, after 5. Hey, can I order some food real quick? Let me tell you, I got some shit to tell you. Okay.
Yeah, I think too. You don't want to be the last person left when everyone else is taking deals, because then you're fucked.
Because there's no more deals.
Yeah.
There's no more deals.
Yeah.
Hell no. I would have been after the second person. I'd be like, you know what? I was there. Guess who else was there? You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Like, but at the same time, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I'm like, yo, if you involved, then you gotta deal with the consequences. But if it was something that you didn't know you was a part of, then yeah, go ahead and start singing.
Listen, fuck all that.
Unlike Snitch Nine, was actually a
Snitch
part of
9.
it.
Snitch 9. Nice.
Mm, mm. What do you think, Marquis?
Yeah, bruh. Snitching about to happen. Snitching's about to happen. So
Happy people.
he gonna be on Clubhouse.
With Whack 100.
Yo,
Every time I look up, that nigga opening up a room. God damn, it ain't that much time.
I got a question. How much does Whack 100 actually like do day to day? Because that motherfucker's on TikTok. I'm sorry, on Clubhouse all the motherfucking time. Him and Meek Mill basically are like he live on Clubhouse. Like, isn't Meek Mill supposed to be working on the album, motherfucker? Why you always on Clubhouse?
It's coming out Friday.
Oh well, shit.
He's probably promoting his album.
That motherfucker.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there you
I think
go.
them cats got deals though. I think they got deals, man. I swear, because you don't go on Clubhouse like that, and the titles be crazy too. It be
Something's
something
going
stupid
on.
like 6ix9ine was just in a room. Everybody come. Like what? Like,
I don't know if it was that 6ix9ine though. Everybody come.
Oh my Jesus, man! I really hate you. Mary, you got anything to add to this before the fellas here get completely sidetracked?
no. I mean, it seems everything that's been said is all there is to say.
All right, moving on to more positive news. Ghostface is announced that his next album, Supreme Caliente 2, produced by Kanye West and Mike Dean, executive produced by Kanye West and Mike Dean, is dropping in February. Not an exact date as of right now, but it's coming. Mary, you know I gotta
Super
come.
hype.
Anything Wu-Tang, I gotta come first to you first on.
Of course. It's only right.
Yeah.
Super hype for this. Super, super hype. Not sure what this Kanye production of a Ghost album is going to be like, but I do know that Kanye, seems to have always had an appreciation for Ghost, right? Like he sampled him in No More Parties in LA. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. For me, Ghost, y'all know my feelings about Wu, but Ghost is my favorite member. So yeah, like I'm here for anything he does. Okay. I'm curious if like these are older joints that have just been in the can, or is this all new material?
My question is how much is Ray gonna be on the album? Because anytime either one of them drop a project, I go to their collaborations first.
You look for each other. Yeah.
That's the first thing I do. So
they haven't done a lot of collabs lately though.
No, they haven't.
Those had like 3 albums. The Brown Tape, the other 2 projects, and he wasn't on them.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean the last time I know Ghost was on Only Built for Cuban Links 2 a lot, which at this point had to be like 8 years ago at this point that dropped?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Jesus, man. I look so forward to that album when it came out. But yeah, we haven't had any really great Ray and Ghostface collabs. So that just means we're overdue for one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So Kanye produced that song God Body Flow that Ghost was on. That was dope.
Yeah.
I think he can fit his production pretty well. I'm looking forward to it. Executive produce is one thing, but how much production is going to go on it? Riz is going to have to be on a couple of tracks too. That's just only right.
Yeah, of course. When's the last? What?
I will say this.
What was the last album RZA produced
quick,
on?
though.
Was it Earl sweatsuit, whatever, sweatshirt?
I mean, he's been doing a lot more movies and
it seems like he's branched out in other ways.
Yeah. But go ahead, Marky. I stepped on your point.
No, I was gonna say it's interesting that 4 albums later, now it's like a resurrection of Ghost, and Kanye's the one to do it. You get what I'm saying? I know I'm doing it both ways, but
I get what you're saying. But,
okay.
I mean,
but still, and this is the thing: you hate Kanye, but if he pulls this off, like One more time, niggas.
I don't hate Kanye.
Yeah, I don't hate Kanye either. I'm more disappointed because Kanye. The thing is that had this been 5 years ago, somebody saying that, I wouldn't have any doubts at all. Kanye can do anything. He just fucking doesn't, and that's the issue.
Except Nas album.
No, but the one thing that we can't respect is, depending on who the artist is that he's supposed to be helping out, I think he puts his bullshit to the side and then taps into their lane. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't have to worry about hearing some weird shit when it comes to Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
That's
because
true.
At the end of the day, he's not going to allow that to happen. He might smack that nigga.
I mean, Wu is known to smack niggas, so
we complain more about we more complain about or critique Kanye more about not exactly bringing back the old Kanye, but nigga, give us something. Like, especially what Hit Boy did for Nas.
Yeah,
come on now.
I feel you.
Pusha album was dope to me.
Pusha's album was, and that's the thing. I mean,
it was the best one.
Yeah, Pusha's album was fucking amazing. What they did in 7 tracks on that album was fucking bananas. I mean,
I think though we're also not focusing enough on Mike Dean being involved in this.
That is true.
Like, he's one of the best producers to ever do it, honestly. So that's going to be pretty interesting also.
Good
that's
point.
Fair.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
there's no such thing as a bad Ghost album.
I don't think, and that's the thing too, is that I think even if Ghost is mainly working with Kanye on it, which I probably doubt, I don't think Ghost would pick any weird Kanye beats. He's gonna pick production that fits his style. So, I mean, Ghost is a fucking veteran.
I can see Ghost choking on Kanye out. All the shit that
I can see a studio session between Ghostface and Kanye going really, really great or really, really left. Kanye may walk out of there needing his jaw wired shut again if he fucks around too much. So
and then Ghost is gonna record himself telling us like what happened and probably rap about that shit.
Exactly.
You remember what he did to Action Bronson?
Oh shit.
That was embarrassing.
Well, there you go. But all right, moving on from that, we got some new albums to review. First up, West Side Gun, Hitler Wears Hermes 8. Who wants to take this one away first?
Boom. Forest Line was dope as hell. That shit was dope with 2 Chainz. That shit was dope. But you know what? Hey, listeners, go watch Wu-Tang and then listen to this album.
Ooh, that's a nice 1-2 punch.
That shit go. That shit go. I'm telling you. You gotta with these niggas, you have to put on your 90s ears. This shit is too grainy. Like, it smells like it just finished raining about 30 minutes ago. That's how this album smells. You know what I mean? Like, you can't listen to this shit 2010 and up. Not even 2000 to 2010. It's got to be all 90s with this shit, and you got to relax. Go get some dark liquor, a joint, not even a blunt. Go get a joint. That's what this is. What other song did I like? The Eddie Kingston track with Rome Streets. That shit was hard too. That shit is just grimy, man. Make you just want to be like a bad person.
My favorite track on this album is Best Dressed Demons.
That's hard too.
But see, and you know what? This album is titled, like, subtitled Side B, and that's what this album felt like. It felt like a bunch of things that didn't make other projects with some really good bright spots in it, but overall it didn't really feel like the best foot forward from West Side Gun, because we know he's capable of better. But the fact that this is a B-side, album full of B-side tracks, and it's still better than a lot of shit that drops today, just let you know how that I would love to see how much shit that they got that hasn't made albums is just stored up somewhere. Griselda as a collective, because they just seem to be knocking, like they can't miss.
You gotta have, and again, you gotta have 90s ears for this, and probably throw in like some Carl Kanai or some shit like that.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Marquis?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
You didn't get to listen to it?
I didn't get to listen
Oh
to
man,
it.
I would love to hear your opinion on this album. I really,
was-
I really think your taste. I would like to see if you like the tracks on this album that I think you would like on this album. So we'll talk about it again later.
I'll circle back on
This
that.
this shit sound like it could have been. I mean, no disrespect, because obviously we know what music that they're using for the actual soundtrack to the show.
Mm-hmm.
But if this wasn't like a bio kind of like TV show, if you put this album on a Wu-Tang show, that shit it matches. That shit match.
Oh, Baylor, we didn't talk the Celine Dion track.
I was gonna write that down. Where the fuck he get these titles from,
Bro, they don't even match the song. Like, I don't even like
They
at
I
all.
went
It's
to that track just to see. I thought she was featured at first. I said, "How the fuck?"
like this is West Side's Gun Untitled album. That's what this feels like. If I was to compare it to anything, that's what this feels like.
I wonder if Celine Dion heard this track.
Oh no, she didn't. Celine Dion is like she don't even know who Griselda is.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say
You'd be
that.
surprised.
Yeah, she's pretty she got an ear to the street. I gotta give it to her.
All right, well, so now we need to see. We need a TikTok of Celine Dion listening to Celine Dion.
There we go.
That's dope.
But go ahead, Marky.
Somebody tag her. She's watching the show. What happened with the split with Shady Records?
Same shit. You know, it's always the same shit with Shady. They don't handle artists very well. Like, as great as Eminem is as an artist, he's a terrible ass record label exec. That's just what it boils down to. It's like when Jordan was trying to run the Wizards. Like, it's a great player that you would just think and expect to be able to put it together, and he just can't. Shady Records is probably one of the worst run record labels that's had success ever, and their success was just by chance. Like, really, when you look back at Shady Records as they were riding off of Aftermath with Aftermath couldn't miss. D12, yeah, they had what 2 or 3 platinum albums, but they're led by fucking Eminem. They were going to have that anyway. Obi Trice has a platinum album. People on that label have a fucking platinum album that shouldn't. But if it wasn't for motherfucking 50 Cent having the buzz that he did, Shady Records would be a flash in the pan and nobody would really like. Eminem is great. And they've put people on, but when you really look at like how many people they had signed to that label that ultimately didn't do anything. Joel Ortiz was a solo artist there way before Slaughterhouse. Couldn't do anything there. It's really unfortunate. But like, yeah, Pharoah Monch, you're right about that too. Like, they just can't seem to do shit with artists.
It's like the Chicago Bulls when they had Jimmy Butler.
That is, as much as that pains me to admit, you're spot on there. Fuck you. I hate you for that.
Damn.
I hate you for that. You know what? We're not brothers no more now.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, maybe there's something that we can talk about at some point. Like, really, when you look at it, like, and maybe a lot of these record labels, we need to take a retrospect and look back at a lot of these artist-run record labels, you know, that started before independent was a thing in music. We're all just trash, really, when you look at it. Name a artist-ran record label other than Rockefeller that really did shit, sustained, not like a quick 3-year stretch, but actually was sustained in a great ran label.
Master P.
Kanye. Good music.
Okay.
He's a dual quarterback though.
I give you that. Who else? Give me one.
I said Master P.
You just asked for one.
I'm okay. Well, we know about Master P. But even when you look at like young,
did you say Tribe Called Quest?
Huh?
Q-Tip? Yeah. He brought out who did Q-Tip bring out? He brought a couple of people.
We'd have to really sit back and review this one.
You know what? That's like the Flavor Unit. That was Black Sheep. That was De La, the whole Native Tongue.
The Native Tongues, yeah. Go ahead, Baylor.
No, I think I would have got it wrong. I was gonna say RZA. Because I think of Wu-Tang like that's like
That's different, bro.
That's like
That's cheating.
that's like
Yeah.
that's a
They
whole
came out
set
one
of different
time.
humans.
I mean, that's like a whole family tree too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was,
Yeah. All right.
but
EPMD,
still applies.
Eric Sermon, Redman, Keith Murray.
Mm.
Hits the Death Squad.
But most of their Death Squad never really blew up, and most of Redman's hits came not being attached to that label.
What about
Death Squad? Nah. He was a part of that when around What the Album. That's when he was signed on Eric as his manager, and that was Jamal, Illegal, and they split.
Like I said, I got to go back. I got to sit down and actually write this one out. We got to write this one out.
It might be I might say Gangstar. The problem is like J. the Damager and the rest of them. They were actually bangs. They just never had that full. Actually, I think I can think of a few of them, but we're gonna have to get. Yeah, we'll have to touch that on later.
We have to touch. We'll circle back on this one. Next album that we got to review: Lil Nas X Montero. Mary.
I think if you go into this expecting not hip hop for starters, then you might not be as shocked, right? Like, it was a pop album. There were some little ditties that like were
catchy. Call them little ditties.
Yeah, that's. But meh. I mean, I think that like the shock value is more in like the videos and shit, and him twerking and whatever else
babies.
And having a bunch of background dancers, groping each other. Like, that's really the headline. The album itself was, it probably, you're not going to hear those joints on your local hip hop station. That's going to be like your local pop station. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worthy for us to discuss on a hip hop show.
I mean, is it for the culture?
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
And so I think, considering how big he is as an artist, for us to say it's not for us, but there's absolutely a cut out part of the culture that we don't relate to because we're just not of the age that this is for. Overall, I just think like Lil Nas X is just turning into a stunt artist. It's more about the stunts and what he can do and the eye-popping shit than actual quality music. Like, just listen to just the music, taking anything else out, like not even thinking about what he's done social media-wise, marketing-wise, and just listening to the music on this album. This shit is fucking garbage.
Him not pregnant no more.
I cannot.
I went straight to the featured tracks. I went to Doja Cat track, Meg. I ain't gonna lie, the Elton John track, it was all right. It was all right. The rest of it was.
This album felt like the people who were featured didn't want to fucking be here either.
I think Doja Cat wanted to be there.
Doja Cat just likes black dick, so she doesn't care. If there's a black dick in the vicinity, she's gonna be there.
Yeah, but does that count? I mean, I don't know. I think that applies.
I want to point that out, but I don't want you. I want him. Move, bitch. Move.
Him's not pregnant no more.
Oh my God, we're moving right along because this shit's gonna get us canceled. We're gonna get because the joke that I almost just said, I literally had to bite my tongue on because I refuse to get canceled. Woo! We're gonna move on to our TV and film section. You guys want to talk about Power, Wu-Tang, or BMF first?
Both of them. I say we go with we might as well get Power out the way.
All right, let's do Power. Season finale of Raising Kanan. I'm not gonna go to first on this one because I don't.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Mary.
I don't know. Like, first of all, no one died.
Yeah.
So that yeah, that I feel like Omar Epps surviving that hit was not a good thing for Kanan or his mama.
No, I think he's not going to remember.
You think Omar Epps is not gonna
I
remember?
think he's not gonna remember. I think that's why they didn't have him utter a word. I think he's not gonna remember shit.
Oh, well, that would be great, but somehow then that would make for poor entertainment. So I don't know. That would be good in real life. I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen to Marvin, because is he gonna snitch, or they're gonna throw the book at him? That's what it seems like.
They missed the opportunity because I really thought that Marvin was going to get shot in that car.
Me too.
That's
And then Lulu survives.
yeah.
Like they really played with us. Because I thought
but every breath though, Lou looked like he about to die.
but
Every time he breathes,
If somebody blew cigarette smoke in his face, it's it for him. He's over with.
it's
That's
over.
it. That's all it's gonna take.
Hey, 1.5 seconds. You put a pillow over his face, it's over. It's over. Because he is struggling to breathe. I swear to God, he is. Sit your ass down, Lou.
But finish, Barry. I know I kind of talked over you.
No, it's okay. And then it was like I didn't understand him going to Baisley Park, thinking he was gonna catch somebody there, like when he escaped the hospital. Like, bro, that would be real stupid. It was a cute little moment when Kanan actually gave some respect to the one-eyed dude. Whose name I forgot.
I keep forgetting his name too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
start with an S, don't it?
I don't know. But whatever it is, like he, that was cute. Like they, because they were always kind of at odds. And it was like, yo, when it came down to it, he was a real one. What happened to the girlfriend?
She got shipped off, remember? So
what was the point of her character?
I got so that's the thing with a lot of first seasons of shows. They start a lot of characters to see who's gonna stick, and then some of them just disappear. Maybe they didn't like the actress and the way she portrayed the role, so they just kind of wrote her out.
It seemed like they tried to tie her in, but I think the mom being on
a crackhead.
It didn't work.
I mean, even Famous feels miscellaneous, and I actually like that actor. Like, I feel like I've watched him grow up because he was like a kid actor in a lot of stuff, but he's just around half the time for some whack comic relief. Like, he's not even funny.
Hey, are we gonna talk about this? Are we gonna talk about? Hey, them bars is trash.
But yeah, everybody loves that. So
that shit is trash, man.
I feel like that's a commentary on music nowadays. 50's trying to make low key there.
Didn't think about that, but that could be possible.
Because people would love Famous right now, and they probably call him like the best MC ever. So,
and he'd be like Lil Fame is.
Lil Famous.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and now what? We have to wait another 6 months to see what happens next.
Shit, if not longer.
But 50 lined it up well though, because we're gonna be on this BMF. But before we get to that though, I'm disappointed in Kanan. She gave him instructions on how to kill somebody.
I know.
And he didn't do it.
Agreed.
He froze up killing somebody. Like in the actual action of killing somebody, he froze up. Like, bro, you had one more shot and that was it.
He failed.
Now we gotta hide you out and shit like that, man.
Yo, though, how about? All right, so I don't know if this is a New York thing, whatever, and I don't know if y'all have ever been around when the cops really did like ran up in the projects hunting for someone, but that was a very accurate depiction of that. I will tell you.
The way they was moving those drugs while they was inside the building.
That was dope. That was fire. I'm sure a lot of people are inspired right now.
Hey, let me just tell y'all, do not try to play Tetris inside these buildings, okay? They're not built the same. Do not do it.
Yeah.
How awkward was it when they walked in there and she has a robe on, Lou over there sitting against the wall. Breathing. About to die.
And the cop was even like, what's wrong with him?
And she's like, he had a car accident. Looks like he should be in the hospital.
Exactly.
This nigga don't even know how to play along. He's like, yeah, okay, that's what happened. I'm dying.
Lulu was a step away from like it. All it took was one hard cough, and he would have been about that motherfucker every step of the episode.
Hey, when he told he had his Franklin moment. It wasn't as powerful, but he told her, he said, "Yo, just shut the fuck up and drive."
Yeah, yeah. What do you? So what? Do, how do you?
What do we think's gonna happen with the girlfriend?
I think
girlfriend?
Famous might die before he die.
He's a Malu's girlfriend.
Yeah, Famous's sister.
She's gonna be a problem next season. I really think that
you think she's gonna snitch?
I don't know if she'll snitch, but I think she's gonna be at odds. She's gonna do that Tasha role where it's like she just always tries to undercut everything Lulu does at this point.
Yeah, I can see that.
What do you guys think about how they're setting it up? Where it's like, at least this may be just the way that I take. You guys tell me if you disagree. But it seems like they're setting everybody up to be at odds with Fifth's mom, with Kanan's mom, because Kanan, the voiceover at the end of it was, "You can't even trust your own mother." We know Lulu was trying to get out. She basically told Lou, "Bitch, you ain't going nowhere." And then Marvin, she was already ready to kick Marvin out the family. The only thing that stopped that was him saving Lulu from the fire. Do you think that that's what the storyline is next season?
No, but the plan was genius though. What she did, she had everything down to a T. If everything would have went as planned, it would have been perfect.
Agreed.
But
True.
It was a gang of loose ends not tied up. Like the plan was perfect. It just, if Lou would have stayed his ass in the hospital to get some more breathing treatments and Pedialyte water, if Marvin would have took his ass on time to go take that shit, everything's been good. If Kanan would have dropped 2 bullets in him, everything would have been fine.
3. It was supposed to be 3. 2 in the chest and 1 in the head.
And this nigga shot once. Boy,
I
think he shot more than once, bro. He shot him twice.
Look, whatever. It wasn't 3 times. He needs to go to Kumon. Because he don't know the difference between 2 shots and 3 shots.
Huntington Learning Center.
Hey, that shit was set up perfect. You see the trouble they went through to get that fucking jacket?
Yeah. Come on. Oh, for what? Whoa, we didn't even talk about Neek though.
Yeah, but when he saw that jacket, the look on his face was priceless. I don't know if they've made gifts of that shit yet, but that needs to be the new "I'm fucked" gift, because that shit was fucking amazing.
Yeah. So are we still fighting over Joey Badass?
Not anymore. I've come to your side. I've come to your side. Okay. He's killed that role. He's killed that role.
I like that character.
No, that's what I'm saying. I used to not like him. Remember, I used to say I didn't like him. The first 2 episodes I couldn't stand his acting. I don't know if the acting I just got used to it or whatnot, but he's done an amazing job over the course of this series.
Hey, that nigga's so smooth. That nigga is so smooth, man. He's not. I can't give it to him. I still gotta give it to Manboy. Manboy is still up there for me. So him and Manboy in the face off. That shit is common.
Neek's winning for sure. Manboy would still be out talking him to death or something.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. What I do think they did there is they made Neek started out as really the villain and like the one we all hated, and they kind of made you feel for him a bit. First of all, when Marvin in the last episode came and did that little drive-by and you saw Neek try to save his son and like covered him, you kind of were like, okay, he's a dad, he has a heart. And then having him get fucking pinched in front of his kid and baby mom after he was trying to basically run away with them was like kind of heartbreaking.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he's retaliating to all of this shit, right?
He started off as the antagonist at the beginning of the season, but in Rock's desire to get him back, they've made him just as sympathetic as anyone else on the show, in my opinion.
Well, when things went off rails, let's not forget, was when Kanan and Famous and their other friend who got smoked decided to go around shooting.
Ah, true. Yeah.
The boyfriend who happened to be in Neek's crew. That was literally the moment of derailment.
So my point is retaliation, right? Because he even said during the meetup, he was like, "Yo, the streets is calling for a body."
Yeah,
It could have got real ugly, but they had a meeting, and he said, "Look, all we want is a body."
yeah. And they got a body for that one. Remember, it was the friend.
Right. But Mary, why the fuck is Sincere the Uber driver? I am getting tired of that. Symphony, Sincere, Cheerios. I am getting mad at that nigga, man. Because he is just on standby.
Yeah.
He's like the seventh man on the bench.
Because Rock got that good. She could just not like
she
break
looked like
up
she
with
got
him and
she
call him again. Like, go get my son. Get him out of jail.
Would you say, hey?
Him out of here.
But
hey, did you say something?
I mean, Rock is between that and Cash Doll, sex scene, and BMF. When we get to that, it's been a good week for you, boy. It's been a good week for you.
Rock is too skinny. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Mary.
I shut you down, please.
Yeah. No, Hayes, I get it though. She is.
She's a boss bitch. I guess that is attractive, yes, but she looks like she smokes the rock and doesn't just sell it. Like,
oh wait.
But do you shoot your shot?
I'm Hayes. I don't shoot shots.
I guess that's a good segue from New York Rock to Detroit Rock.
Yeah. BMF.
See what you did there.
Nice transition. Nice transition. Marquis, did you get a chance to watch Power? You didn't say much.
I did not.
Okay, cool. I figured. BMF. You got a chance to watch BMF?
Did not.
Man, hey, you missing out.
Problem with 50 Cent.
I think that's what it is. Between For Life, we can't get him to watch Power to any of the Power to save his motherfucking life.
I did. I watched the last two.
That's what we were just talking about.
No, prior to that.
Oh.
Prior to.
Just say you don't like 50 Cent shows, bro. Just say
I can't say that.
Hey, Marquise, I promise you right now, Marquise, if you hold your breath, Lou is gonna die.
I got a question though. Did your prediction come true, Ace? Is this the best one out of all of them?
No, because this finale was soft lob.
Okay.
Yeah. It felt like they didn't know how they wanted to end this season. So
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. It's like throwing a lob off the backboard and they don't dunk it, they lay it up.
Yeah. They had an opportunity there. That it was perfectly right there, right for them, and they ain't get it, man.
Boom, 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 boom.
But nonetheless, BMF, Baylor, what'd you make of BMF first episode?
The one thing I appreciate is in the beginning they showed the culture, so to speak, in Detroit in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Dancing in the street, whatever the fuck footwork they was doing. Detroit people don't come for me. I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. I mean, I watched all three. We'll get to the third show in a minute, but I watched all three like back to back to back. So it was like me traveling through different hoods and seeing, and not only doing different hoods, but technically that was in the 80s and Kanan was in the 80s too, right?
Yeah.
But Wu-Tang was in the 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like it all blended to me. It was just in different cities.
It was 91.
Was this supposed to be 91?
It was 91.
Oh shit. Okay. I've been thinking it's in the 80s this whole time.
Well, I mean, technically, I think it started.
Now you're showing your age, youngster. But yeah, that was 91.
Okay.
In the beginning, I know we was talking about. You said some people complained that it kind of like started off slow.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with that, especially how it ended after the first episode.
Good point.
But I do like how the story is starting off. As you can see, Big Meech it was like the black sheep, so to speak, of the family, and how he took on some responsibilities and he also took the hit for a lot of shit that went on inside his house that his brother was a part of, which he tried to keep his brother away from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And his mom knew that he was a huge influence for his brother, and he tried to keep him away from it. Good talk. Good talk.
I mean, no, I agree with everything you said. I love how they, he gets kicked out for the gun that ultimately he told his brother to get rid of. That's some younger sibling shit because motherfuckers don't listen. But Mary, what did you think of first episode of BMF?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good setup for what's to come, right? And I also feel like we were talking earlier behind the scenes before the cameras were rolling about another movie that we're excited about, right? Where an actual son portrays a younger version of his father. And that is the case in BMF as well, because his actual son is playing him. So I don't know if y'all knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you just told me something new.
That's Meech's son.
Yeah.
Literally, like his name is like Lil Meech.
Oh shit.
So
the commercial they show where he talks about him playing his father.
Well, he's doing a fucking phenomenal job. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Hey, and you wanna know what's crazy? The shit that they're doing. You gotta watch this with an 80 mindset, because they get away with a lot of shit because the technology is not there yet. You know what I'm saying? There's no filming this, none of that. So when old boy went up in that fast food joint and flipped a nutty on the cashier looking for somebody, I'm like, yo, man, they about to record this and you about to go to jail. Then I remembered, nigga, this is in the 80s. he could have robbed that place, ate, took a nap, and then left, and the police still wouldn't have shown up on time.
Yeah.
Unless it was in a white neighborhood.
Well, so also he had said that 50 had him in acting classes for 2 years before he let him play this role.
Oh, that's dedication.
He's doing a fucking phenomenal. That's like O'Shea Jackson Jr. He's doing a fucking phenomenal job.
Yeah. Agreed. It's gonna be dope. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
You said something. You said what about the sex scene?
Oh yeah. Listen here.
Well, Cash Doll is pregnant.
Wait, did you see? Hey,
also, that means I can't get her pregnant. Shoot the club up all day.
Hey, Mary, did you see her front door, her screen door? Like I could, hey Marquise, I swear to God, I could just reach in there and unlock the door. Yeah. Like, where do you protect it? Who made that screen door? Detroit, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better, because that screen door was terrible. Like that nigga damn near could have walked through there.
I cannot.
And stop showing up to your baby mama house at 12:30 in the morning talking about I want to see my daughter.
I know. That was crazy.
Go take a nap, nigga.
And then when she hit her, that ain't even your daughter. That shit was hilarious.
That kind of hurt me.
Not really.
Nah, fuck that shit. Man, and it's so funny, like, to see, and one thing we got to talk about is fucking somebody who shows up and he always does a great job, but people don't really talk about him very much. Wood Harris is fucking amazing.
Oh, he's the GOAT. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
One of the greatest to ever fucking do it.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, and he really does like invoke emotion out of you
every time.
Like, yeah, I definitely think he doesn't get his flowers enough, for sure.
Was Remember the Titans before The Wire, or was it after The Wire?
That's a good question.
It was after?
Might have been simultaneous. They might have overlapped.
It was after.
Really?
Yeah.
Somehow I don't think that. Let's look.
He don't age.
I mean, he's looked 40 his whole life. So
right, he is. That's what I'm saying. So it looked like all the projects that he was a part of was like back to back to back.
So
Remember the Titans was in 2000.
Before. Remember the Titans was 2000. The Wire started in 2002.
So it was before.
And Paid in Full.
Paid in Full was definitely after The Wire.
Yeah. Paid in Full was 2002.
So that would have been around the same time as The Wire.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Above the Rim, like you could go back with his filmography.
Yeah. All the way he started in 1994. That's crazy.
Hey, them outfits though. So I am infatuated with the 80s and the 70s outfits.
Which a lot
Those
of those are
fits
coming back too. So
Yep, for
80s,
sure. And the
80s.
90s for that matter.
man, listen.
I mean,
Yeah.
one thing that I really appreciated about Raising Kanan, not to go back to that, but whoever like the stylist was on set did an amazing job, because they definitely had all the brand, like the low stuff, the vintage low that they had. Even the fact that like they showed people moving low as a hustle. Like I remember those days when people really, were like stealing shit off the back of the truck, and
Yep.
you went to Canal Street and got your new, Ralph Lauren jacket. But yeah.
Great. You got to watch BM. Come on, Marquis, man, you got to watch BMF, bro.
It was a rough week, bro.
It's been a rough month.
So
because Raising Kanan,
it's been a rough
motherfucking
year.
It's just not important to you. It's okay.
Fine. It's fine.
No, because the Star subscription.
But don't you have something else that would get the show?
It's like the whole Nova thing. You gotta like wait for it to load up, and then
I'll take care of that for you. Don't worry about it. We'll talk off
shit is.
I got Wu-Tang to watch.
That's what I'm gonna go watch when I get off this call. But anything left with BMF before we get into the last topic for today?
Oh, the last episode of Wu-Tang is tonight?
Yeah, it drops every Wednesday. So there's a new one today.
It's out now, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I watched the last one. I was like, okay, they finished this kind of cool. Let's get to that, because I
Wu-Tang and American Saga.
I've been
Mary. We couldn't even. We started to talk about it, and Marquis cut us off like, "No, you can't do this shit without Mary." And you know what? He's fucking right. This is you, Wu-Tang and American Saga. How do you think this season so far stacks up to the first season? First off, and then we'll get into the details. It's
way better.
It's not, and I loved the first season.
Better.
It doesn't even compare. They have refined everything to make it such a better show.
No. Yes. And here's the thing. I feel like the first season, if you were not already a Wu fan, and you know what I mean, and basically knew how the story was going to end somewhat, I think it might have been a rough watch, because that did move slow. I'm not mad at it because, and I think we've said this before, I feel like with everything RZA does, even with his beats, right? It's like painstaking attention to detail, and everything does eventually lead up to something, but it doesn't get there all at once. So yeah, I feel like, because the fact that they did not end that first season as Wu-Tang, like, was a bit like, all right, like, I mean, I was so happy that they got renewed for a second season, but it felt touch and go, because it was like not cohesive enough for someone who didn't know the story already to really stay with it, I felt. I mean, again, as a diehard Wu fan, like, for me, it was like a lot of little details and Easter eggs and stuff like that. So of course I was all there for it. But yeah, no, this season's been incredible. It really has been. And like every episode just gets better than the one before it, honestly. So I'm super hyped to watch today when we sign off, for real. Yeah.
To add to that real quick, I think the word of mouth, number one. Number two, when people get a chance to actually watch shit when things slow down, like Ted Lasso. Notice how everybody's up on season 2. They went back to season 1 because no one talked about it until now. Now you have ESPN and the rest of them talking about it. But I agree. The first season was really slow. This shit, and again, I was there. So I knew, what, behind the scenes, what was going on. We had this appreciation for the Wu when it first came out. But I think the level of detail and how meticulous the RZA is even though he don't sound like the RZA. But
he's trying hard though. He is trying. He just can't get it.
Oh, you don't talk like that at all, man. Oh my God. Well, I'm like, go try.
Well, hey, I was going to say, like, why does he sound like the male Siri? But I have a new appreciation for. I have a new appreciation for Wu-Tang because it made sense to where he was like, no, like Method Man got some dope shit. This shit can go. We could put this out, but he was like, no, We need something that has Wu-Tang on it, and we got to all be there. But it got to sound a certain way. And for a casual listener, they like, look, just throw them niggas on there. You know what I mean? But he was like, no, it doesn't sound good. Not yet. And then, Raekwon built a baby bed, bro. I was about to cry. I was like, oh.
Well, I have to say, I loved how they still showed the tension between them, and like slowly they would find areas of connection to kind of be, you know what I mean? Like when they both, like it would have felt inauthentic if they immediately just were fucking holding hands and rhyming together in that apartment in the next episode after they decided to kind of come together. Like, I appreciated that they showed how they still didn't quite trust each other, but like when they both talked about how they both got blasted, it was like, all right, we both did. You know what I mean? And then when I think that was a big step when he built the crib. And then, but what about Cherie? Can we talk about her? Because I felt like she was unreasonable. Like, girl, where did you think you were going? You knew you were coming back to Park Hill. You knew that you were coming back with your wild brothers. You are like, it was going to be a smoked out.
She told him to go.
Right.
She told him to go.
Right. But like, you show back up and then you're like, oh, I can't stay here with the baby. All right. Well,
duh.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the one man army A song? I'm a man just got beat up. Figured out, I don't need the word. I don't need the. I'm going to take the shotgun from the nigga. That we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, because that was 2 episodes ago. But yeah, we
didn't cover. We didn't cover at all. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean that part was a little unrealistic.
Yeah. That was
somehow I don't think that's quite how that went.
That was a little Disney.
Yeah, that was the Soulja Boy rendition of how that went down. That was him retelling the story.
Yeah. Definitely. But when RZA was talking to them when he was talking to them before they pulled up to Staten Island, that was touching to me. The way he broke it down, you know what I mean? Like, we just gotta like you. If you trust me, you gotta trust that. That nigga said, he was like, yo, give me 5 years of your life. Give me 5 years of your life. That nigga said, fuck out of here. They wouldn't even about to give you 5 years in court. But no, they sacrificed a lot though. They sacrificed a lot, and they followed behind a boy, and I thought that was dope.
Well, they also all were in positions where their backs were against the wall, right? Like, even, I mean, and again, it really does seem like they're trying to stay as true to the real events as possible. And yeah, like how I had read in the Tao of Wu, basically how Method Man agreed to kind of sign on to Wu was because literally when the RZA was approaching him to discuss it, he was a part of a drive-by, and the dude standing behind him ended up getting got. Right. So it was like he really, just like in the show, he really did feel like it could have been him, and so it was like it became very apparent, like, yeah, doing the shit that we're doing, we're only going to end up dead or in jail. So might as well give this a shot.
So I want to point out something, and I don't know how many of y'all actually like made songs or been on songs and production, anything like that. What the RZA did to complement each one of their styles, made specific beats for each one of them and tied them together. That level of thought and technique is unheard of. There's only a few artists who can do that. Pharrell can do that. Premier did that, of course, took jazz samples, but to take 9 people and create beats and tie certain people in together, that's unheard of. That's a mastermind. Again, I know I pointed that out before. Like, I really want to meet this dude. To be on that level where you have a vision to create a whole army of rappers and create production specifically for their style and amplify it, unheard of. I don't think anyone knows the level of detail that has to go into creating that type of environment or that level of creativity where you create an army of MCs with similar but unique different styles. Even Old Dirty, like to put Old Dirty to give him a style and put some production behind him with Brooklyn Zoo. No one compliments the RZA or gives him his flowers enough. That's unheard of. Dr. Dre, again, he took songs, old songs. They took some. He actually took samples of movies and beats we've never even heard of or even thought of, and created this whole army and production for 8 motherfuckers, 9 technically, but still, I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
Well, to piggyback off of that, the visual metaphors that they showed him adding and subtracting instruments in his head, you know what I mean? And putting a verse here, putting a verse there, taking this drum away, taking this pattern away. That was dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Listen to Bring the Ruckus. There's an instrument in it I still can identify. It comes in about a minute and it's subtle and it's gritty. I don't know what that instrument is. I would love to ask him, what is that instrument you playing there?
Probably a trash can. No, I wouldn't put anything past RZA. Like if he had a sound in mind, and he's like, the only way that I can get this is to literally take a wooden spoon and hit it against this trash can in this specific spot. It's gonna get the sound that I wanted to. I would believe that he did that shit.
Literally, they showed it in, was it the last episode or the episode before, when he was walking to the record store and he heard the guy, drumming.
The violent,
yeah. So.
Here, just do me a favor. When you get a chance, listen to Bring the Ruckus and listen to the instruments behind it and how it all builds up. It's weird, but it feels like pieces are falling apart. And someone's taping things together, and somehow it's a masterpiece. It's fucking flawless. And then he goes, "Shame on a nigga," and it flows effortlessly. It's insane.
He has to stop talking like a dehydrated robot, though. Like,
but my nigga,
it should sound. You want to talk about niggas that don't sound nothing alike? That nigga don't sound like nobody. It sounds like he just started to learn how to talk.
It does sound and look even the part, Dave East. And I was skeptical. Y'all may remember. You could probably play back the tape. And he's doing a great job. Like, it's scary, actually.
He too spot on.
Yeah, this show is masterful. And I don't just say that just because I'm a Wu-Tang fan. Like, just as a person who enjoys television and film, it's like it's masterful storytelling that they're doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, fun fact, I got to meet Raekwon too.
Really?
Yeah, when I went to the Locks concert out here, he performed.
What's up?
Definitely jealous.
I wasn't scared.
Well, you wasn't talking crazy. You only got to be scared if you're talking crazy.
Oh, I know not to talk crazy. Shout out to
you. You don't want the bees to swarm on you, bro. That's it.
That's Nori. That's Nori.
Oh man, that's Joe Budden. But nonetheless, moving on. Anything left on the Wu-Tang and American Saga before we go into our last topic?
Peace, God. When he kept hanging up that phone, he's like,
"Yeah,
word."
Man, gotta love this show. Last topic. This one's brought from Baylor. Baylor's been killing it lately with the ideas. Collabs that will probably never happen. Dream collabs that will never happen for whatever reason. It could be because beef. It can be because people are gone. Whatever else. Who wants to take this topic away? Oh, Baylor, it's your topic, so I'll give it to you first.
All right, so I got 2. One is the most obvious one, and I think we talked about this in the group chat, but I added a spin to it. I gotta have a Drake and Pusha track, but it got to be produced by Kanye. That'll never happen. It'll be dope though. And then the second one would be a Dre produced track with JD raps on it.
Okay.
Those are my 2.
R.Kelly and everyone.
Stop. At this point, I mean, listen, he could make music in jail.
Worse.
But
Happy People Part 2. Yeah.
Marky, you want to go next?
I got a Beanie and Jay.
Oh, that'll probably happen.
It ain't happening. I got a couple. Ghost Deanie and Drake.
Okay.
Busta and Common.
Yeah, why would that
Why
never
would
happen?
that never happen?
Picture them two on a track together. It's like oxymoron. One's up, one's down.
Yeah,
But I think that's why it may work.
That's what I was thinking. Like that's
Yeah. I mean, it could happen though. I thought it'd have to be like people who are dead.
No.
It
Just two
could
people
be
you
something
can't,
that's
for any reason, just
Or
you will
have
never
like
see 'em.
beef, but not like
it.
Just
Imagine.
I'm just thinking, imagine them on a song together. Like it'll never happen.
Yeah, not necessarily beef. It could just be one genre, a person from one genre and another person from a different genre. But I mean, most of the people that we have talked about has had beef with each other or somebody in there. Because my honorable mention would be Prince and MJ.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, did we say Biggie and Pac?
Pac. I mean, that's
Yeah.
they would compliment each other too.
And then that would have happened too.
Busta
Yeah.
and Common have made a song together. Decision
Get
on Back on
out.
My BS. So
Then no one heard it.
That's still in the freezer. And nobody throwing that out.
What about M and J. Cole?
I don't put that out of the realm of possibility either. Especially now that M is like in this place where it seems like he's doing more. He's more open to pop up randomly on people's tracks. I wouldn't put that out the realm of possibility either.
I got one. Oh, this is a good one. We bringing Joe Buttons out of retirement. Team up with Logic.
Mine, and this one's for death purposes. That it never happened, but I would love to hear a track with Dr. Dre at some part on it, but not very much. But produced by Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Eazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So mine is someone that we don't really talk too much about, but I feel like we should. Well, whatever. His career was cut short. Big L with just about anybody, but I'd like to hear Big L and Jada collab.
Ooh.
I feel like lyrically that would be like crazy.
Big L and Pusha would also be another great one.
That would be crazy. Yes.
Okay.
That really would be. Actually, that might be a better pairing.
Yeah.
Flow wise.
Damn.
Yeah.
We've never heard Jada and Pusha.
I'm sure they've done a song together. I'm sure.
No, they have.
Pusha
It was on Jada's album.
Yeah, Hunting Season. It was
Jada's
the single. It was the first single from his last album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually complimented each other too.
Game and 50 Cent. Listen,
again,
at this point, for the nostalgia aspect, like, and Game and Fifth had amazing chemistry together. I would love to see another track between those two. So,
okay, I've got one. I would want a Two of America's Most Wanted remix with Pac and Nipsey.
That's heavy.
Right? That'd be crazy.
That's money right there.
That's heavy.
No,
That's money right there. You just won the topic, Mary.
Yeah. Great gangster party,
You did.
Taylor.
Yeah, you won this one.
You just won that one right there. Cause I had Pusha T, Griselda, and Payroll Giovanni. You know how much cocaine is on that track?
Just give me Griselda and the
Jesus
clips.
Christ, that's a lot of powder.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Oh my God. Malice back in the day.
I was about to say.
I hate to say
think
it, man.
clips
Yeah,
anything
no,
won't
it won't
happen,
happen.
right?
Yeah, Malice will never.
Malice is
He calls
went
himself
to
no Malice now.
God.
He was better than Pusha. Like
God.
he was God.
But you know what? Malice
oh
did
my
drop
God.
a solo album after he did go Christian. That was fucking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No Malice.
That was
no
amazing.
Malice.
And I guess he just is like, you know what? Malice was amazing, man.
In Jesus' name.
Again, if it wasn't Malice made Pusha T seem like the complimentary rapper. That's how nice he was.
It's a lot of cocaine.
All
Snow
right.
White.
Anything left?
Let me get a little. Let me get a little Dicky and Eminem.
You know what? That would be funny though. That actually, if it's done right, and it's like
That
12:33 in the
video.
morning,
That video would be funny.
the visuals would be crazy. It'd be decent. They can never do an album together, but it'd be decent.
Let me get Karen Simple and.
Oh shit!
Well,
It's time to end. This has been another great episode of the Breaks Radio. Everybody's getting tired. Mary, go ahead and give me your social media, any part where let's get the hell up out of here.
I am at Miss Mary Almonte on all social platforms. Also follow at Young Urban Moms. I did want to say one last thing, and it was kind of in the vein of the conversation we were having, but Jadakiss had mentioned to Naomi on the shop that it's on his bucket list to collab with Corday. And I actually thought that was pretty interesting.
Sonically, I can't picture, but Jada can do anything. So
I know.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but the fact that, like, I think we need more of that, right? Like, more of the classic generation actually identifying the newer generation's talent and wanting to be a part of that instead of, like, just dismissing them. So, yes, shout out to Jadakiss for that.
All right. That's dope. Baylor?
Peace, God. You can find me at Baylorism on Twitter, at Baylor the Great on everything else. And you can find me in Staten Island in a studio apartment stealing electricity from my neighbors. Because we got to make this shit happen.
And throwing bricks down the oven to the apartment below you.
and flirting with the
and then
building
beating
manager.
his ass. Marquis, go ahead.
My niggas, you can follow me at Ruler Zigzag Zigalow. Yo, Dave Chappelle got a comedy special coming out in October. Check it out.
All right. We're going to have to review that one.
Yeah.
You can follow me at CEO Hayes, at CEO HAIZE. You can follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. TheBreaksRadio@gmail.com. We are the #1 podcast for the culture. And this week, we're out. Peace.
Y'all drink y'all milk or do y'all pour it out?
Yuck.
From
I don't drink
cereal?
milk.
From the
Of course I
cereal?
drink